Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Milt here to do another video. It's been a minute since I've done this. I've been busy with work, with life, trying to get stuff together. But I mean, that's another video for another day. But I'm back. So this video, I want to talk about the state of Star Wars and where we're at today as a fandom, as a family when it comes to Star Wars. I want to do this video because I've been inspired to get back into the YouTube game. Again, personal life, been busy with work and that type of things, but I feel like it's important to talk about Star Wars because, again, that's a huge part of my life. I've been a kid, or I'm a kid. I've been a fan of Star Wars since I was a kid. My dad got me introduced to Star Wars when I was about 10 years old, so been in love with it and still in love with it. I have all the Blu-rays. I watched the Clone Wars. I watched the Gendy series of Clone Wars. Again, I watched it all. Rebels. I'm not a huge fan of Resistance, but I watched a couple episodes of that. But yeah, I want to talk about for a couple things. I'm gonna try to keep this video as short as I can, but I'll get to the point. But I think leadership. Let's start there. Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy. Bob Iger is the chairman and CEO of Disney, who then acquired Lucasfilm, I believe, in 2012. George Lucas, the maker, handpicked Kathleen Kennedy to lead the ship into a new era of Star Wars. Which, again, at the time, and let's be real here, we all at the time was like, "Ooh, that's great, Kathleen Kennedy." One of the greatest producers of all time. One of the greatest producers of all time when it comes to film. Yeah, give her the keys to the kingdom. Let her run the shit. She has a great track record of producing films. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't argue that. And I was right there with Lucas. Great. You know, she's a fan. She knows Lucas. She's been with him way back when. But fast forward to 2019, that's definitely a different story now. A lot of fans feel salty and betrayed by Lucasfilm. They feel betrayed by Kathleen and Bob because Bob and Kathleen they see Star Wars differently, and I think that a lot of blame goes to the leadership. How they market, how they promote, how their agenda. How there's so much turmoil in Star Wars. I mean, you go back to how many films were on a slate to be made since they've taken over Lucasfilm. Disney has. I remember the Boba Fett movie was supposed to be made by Josh Trank. That didn't happen. Then we have the Solo film that's supposed to be made by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. They got fired. Give it to Ron Howard. Okay. Then you have Episode 9 by Colin Trevorrow. That gets axed. Or not axed, but he's no longer the director. You have James Mangold, who's going to direct the Boba Fett movie. He's no longer part of the project. I'm sure there's things that I'm missing, but there's been a shit ton of turmoil. And then you have The Last Jedi fallout and how people didn't really respond to that movie. Yes, it was critically loved and it made 1.4 billion, I believe. But the fans, it was like, no, this isn't our Luke Skywalker. This isn't what we wanted with him. Like we've been anticipating, something better since The Force Awakens, and he throws a lightsaber over his shoulder. Like, no, like that's not what they wanted. I mean, now I'm sure there's some people who like that, and I'm not even hating on you. But I'm just saying, a lot of the fallout was loud, and a lot of fans didn't like that movie, which then led into the Solo disaster, which that tanked at the box office because of all the turmoil with that. And again, that starts with leadership. Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger. Nobody can argue that Lucasfilm's leadership when it comes to filmmaking hasn't been the greatest the last couple years. Now, when it comes to financial success, yes, they've made money. We got the merchandising, we got the comic books, we got the Star Wars lands, we got the films. Yes, they made bank, but they did lose some money last year. I mean, go look at the reports compared to was it 2017, I believe, compared to 18, they lost a good chunk of money. So I mean, again, they're not crying poor, but you know what I'm saying, leadership has not been the greatest the last couple of years, and I think that's a lot to do with the leadership and their agenda and how they've been pushing these certain agendas and all this BS. But yeah, it definitely starts with them. So I think right now that's an issue. I think that needs to be adjusted. Whether it's someone else comes in and replace Kathleen, or if just Kathleen makes amends, or if Bob Iger makes amends. I'm not saying people need to lose their jobs. I'm not saying that. But great leaders know when they need to walk away or know when they need to make changes. So my next thing, fandom. I think fandom is toxic. I think right now Fandom is like politics in our country. If you're a red-blooded American, or if you're an American citizen, you know right now with Uncle Trump being president and whatever, right now Republicans and Democrats are there's no commonality right now. There's nothing here. It's all here. So right now, Star Wars is like politics. You can't say you like something without somebody on the other side coming at you. If you say you like the prequels, like I do, if I say I like the prequels and someone says, "Well, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you," I'm like, why? That's stupid. Like come at me like an adult if you're gonna have an opinion. Don't you scream at me. Don't try to fight me. Cause we can get real here. We can get real rugged and raw. I don't even care. I ain't get my ass whooped. Tell that right now. But that's what it turns into. If you want to argue with me, come at me with facts. Come at me. If you got an opinion, fine. But come at me rational with your opinions. You know what I'm saying? Don't come at me like a little bitch. But again, then you got the social justice warriors out there. Again, I'm all about change. Don't get me wrong. I'm a black man. I'm all about black people and the black culture being recognized, and us being taken care of. When I say taken care of, like we are moving positively into a good direction. I'm all about that. But I think sometimes people forget, especially people at Lucasfilm, they forget that fans don't want that in their movies when it comes to like, oh, we gotta push women or we gotta push minorities. Just give me a good movie. If you need minorities, put them in. Don't tell me you're gonna put them in. Just put them in. Like George Lucas was not saying this when he was making Empire years ago. Oh man, I need to put Billy D. Williams in the movie because he's black. No, he put Billy D. Williams in the movie because he's a great actor and he fit the character of Lando Calrissian. Swag, charisma, good-looking guy, great actor. He can trust him because he's a veteran actor, and he needed that actor who could take that character to the next level. You know what I'm saying? He didn't need to say, I gotta put a black man in it. No, he just said, I gotta just get a great actor. Whether you white, black, Hispanic, whatever. I think that's where we're at now with fans. Like, listen, like just don't put this agenda crap in here, man. I mean, and that's my next thing, the whole agenda. Social justice warriors, man, out there. I think, again, I'm all about women getting their getting their due. Trust me, I am fortunate enough and blessed enough to have 3 women who are my mothers in my life. I have a shit ton of sisters, and I respect them dearly. But I think a lot of times when you put it in my face about the whole women's push and the whole minorities push, I think people got problems with that. Just put them in there. You don't gotta tell me. I'll see it, but just do it. I think that's a lot of fans' issue. You don't push it. Don't push it. Don't push it in my face. It's like religion sometimes. Don't be pushing religion in my face. Let me figure it out myself. Okay? I think that's the biggest issue with Star Wars and their agenda. I think sometimes they don't know when to temper it back. And God bless Kathleen, and she's all about that, but like she don't know when to temper it back. You know what I'm saying? So, and and my last thing is just the films and the content, man. Like honestly, I'll be honest with you, I have not been impressed with this era of Star Wars. Like Force Awakens was just okay to me. The Last Jedi was straight trash. Rogue One was dope. Solo was just okay. I'm not even hyped for Episode 9. Rebels was good. Resistance, I'm not really into. I love the Clone Wars. I'm happy to bring the Clone Wars back. You know what I'm saying? People who shit on those prequels and they'll say, "Oh, Jar Jar's a bitch," and la la la. Those are the same people who are saying, "You know what though? We kind of missed the prequels. We kind of missed how the original trilogy was. We don't got that feel right now in the sequel trilogy." Yeah, I'm all about stuff being different, but give us something that feels like we are part of Star Wars. That Vader film that came out by Star Wars Theory, tight. That felt like Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, yeah, man. I think that's where we're at right now with Star Wars. So that's the state of Star Wars right now for me. I could be completely off, and if you want to give your opinions and your comments, that's fine. That's cool. Just let's do it in a civil way. But I want to give a big shout out to my boy Abu Nas because he's the reason why I got back into YouTube. Abu Nas is on YouTube. I think he's from New York, Brooklyn, I believe, from his according to his Twitter. But yeah, Abu Nas, man, he's my dog, and he keeps it real about Star Wars, and he's the same way as me. He's real rugged and raw, and I think he has a lot. He has a great message when it comes to Star Wars. If you're a little insensitive, you might not want to go check him out. But if you're all about somebody being real, go check out my boy Abu Nas because he's out here doing it big, big right now. His channel's growing every day. But I think he and I are in the same boat. We just want Star Wars back to where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't have to be like the original trilogy. It don't gotta be like the prequels. Just give us something that's Star Wars. If you're gonna add something new, great. But make sure it's Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, it's just ugh. But that's where I'm at with Star Wars. So again, y'all, your boy's back on YouTube. I'm definitely trying to do at least one video a week. Hopefully, I can expand it. You know, obviously with me working and being busy, that's gonna be tough. But like I said, I'm definitely trying to make a weekly video. But yeah, like I said, if you can comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, that'd be great. Again, it's your boy Milt. I'll let you later. Peace.